Chapter 490, Divine Dragon Chaotic Tower of the Sun and the Moon. This chapter is updated by Novels.pl. Zhang Yuochen set a short-term goal for himself to accumulate 1,000,000 military merits in the primitive world of Wood Spirit. Right now, there were only 18 warriors on the heaven board with over 1,000,000 merits. This meant that once he reached 1,000,000 military merits, he would enter the heaven board's top 20. Alcyonian, the Orange Star Emissary, and Blackie caught up with him. They had killed all the Centurial Treemen. The Orange Star Emissary placed her hands on her hips with a look of arrogance. "You dare to intrude the Blackwood field? That only means death. You'll see, you will all die in the next 3 days." The Millennial Treeman's blood is known as the blood of Wood Spirit. They are rare spiritual doses that can help warriors practice the treasured body of wood. Besides that, taking the blood of Wood Spirit can promote a warrior's cultivation. Zhang Yuochen looked at the Orange Star Emissary and gave her a palm-sized jade bottle. He ordered her like a maid, "Go fill this up with the blood of Wood Spirit." "Who do you think you are?" The Orange Star Emissary glared at him. Zhang Yuochen said, "As a prisoner, you will be treated like one. If you refuse to obey me, I can kill you now since you are useless to me." She grew fearful when she saw that Zhang Yuochen appeared to be calm. She did not defy his order. As long as she remained alive, there would surely be a chance to escape in the future. She took the jade bottle and observed it. A bottle this small would surely be filled up in a nick of time. There was no need to seethe over a small matter like this, so she agreed. However, when she began to collect the Millennial Treeman's blood, she realized that no matter what, the palm-sized jade bottle could never be fully filled. Could this be a space treasure? She had to be resilient and continue collecting if she wanted to assess how much this bottle could hold. It was indeed a space treasure crafted by Zhang Yuochen. It was called the Auspicious Vase. The space inside the bottle was so vast that it could hold an entire well of water. The Auspicious Vase could even hold a lake. Alcyonian was surprised too. She stared at the jade bottle, slightly dazed. "Group leader, is that a real space treasure?" Zhang Yuochen nodded. "It's just an inferior class space treasure. It is called the Auspicious Vase. However, the is just a semi-finished product. It doesn't exert its full power yet. You can try by exuding genuine chi into it. You will see some wonderful changes." Alcyonian could not control her curiosity. She walked over and snatched the Auspicious Vase. She held it with both hands and exuded her genuine chi into it. The inscriptions on its surface let out white lights. Then a small vortex appeared, forming a suction. The Millennial Treeman's blood flew upwards and gathered. The droplets became a small floating river and flew into the bottle. Swoosh! In a brief moment, the Millennial Treeman's blood completely filled the bottle. Alcyonian retrieved her genuine chi. The inscriptions slowly dimmed. She shook the bottle. Apparently, the bottle was not full. Amazing. It absorbs the Millennial Treeman's blood all on its own. Alcyonian was astonished. The Orange Star Emissary beside her was also amazed. Zhang Yuochen retrieved the jade bottle. "It's not finished yet. The real Auspicious Vase can hold a strong opponent, imprison them and even refine them." Legend says that in the Middle Ancient times, Saint Moctezuma used the Auspicious Vase to hold a great saint and almost refined him. "Group leader, where did your semi-finished product come from?" Alcyonian stared at the jade bottle and blinked in disbelief. Zhang Yuochen just smiled. He kept the bottle and did not reply. After leaving the woods, Zhang Yuochen and his party continued to kill the other Treemen. After a day, Zhang Yuochen had killed 36 Millennial Treemen. Among them, there were even 5 Bimillennial Treemen. Their strength was equivalent to a monk at the second change of the Fish Dragon realm. After killing them, he accumulated 81,000 military merits, which totaled up to be 595,000 military merits. Thanks to his sky, he could determine the location of every Treeman. If it was any other warrior on the heaven board, they would not be racking up the kills this fast. At the same time, the other warriors would not be so efficient in hiding their position. With this many killer Treemen, they would likely expose their position and be sieged by them. There was only one person from the Heaven Realm capable of accumulating more than 80,000 military merits in a day, and that person was Zhang Yuochen. When night fell, Zhang Yuochen, Alcyonian, the Orange Star Emissary and Blackie hid and rested. They did not continue the killing spree. Blackie set up 2 arrays, a second-class hiding array and a fourth-class defensive strategy. They sat inside the array. The creatures outside the array could not see the array or hear anything. There was a fire inside the array. Blackie was using a 4th-level genuine martial arms bronze spear to roast a savage beast's thigh. It was golden brown and gave off the distinctive aroma of meat. Blackie took Millennial Treeman's blood and sprinkled it on the meat. The fragrance of the wood blended with the aroma of the meat. Blackie was a skillful cook. Even Alcyonian could not resist the temptation and gently licked her lips. The Orange Star Emissary caught sight of the huge chunk of meat and had to control her hunger pangs. Blackie's roasted meat was indeed one of the best. Only Zhang Yuochen, who was always on his guard, did not relax. We cleared out almost all the treemen in this area. Such a huge commotion will definitely create a stir within the treeman tribe and expose our position. There won't be an easy way out for the next few days. The further we get to the center of the Blackwood field, the more difficult our journey is going to be. We can only succeed if we persistently advance our cultivation and get stronger. He took out the auspicious vase and had a sip of blood of wood spirit. Then he started refining. Alcyonian distracted herself from the savage meat and took out her glazed crystal to continue to refine. She wanted to practice into a treasured body of water spirit and break through to the completion of the heaven realm. Then, she could become Zhang Yuochen's most reliable assistant. The meat was finally cooked. Blackie extended its paw with the meat on it. It looked at the Orange Star Emissary and smiled. "Want to try some?" The Orange Star Emissary turned her head with a disdainful look and snorted. Blackie smiled and asked, "Do you know why I tried so hard to spare your life before Zhang Yuochen?" "There is no need to remind you about my identity since you already know. To be honest, your future in the black market looks bleak. On the other hand, if you follow Zhang Yuochen and I believe that you will accomplish more than you can imagine. You already witnessed the greatness of Zhang Yuochen's auspicious vase today, yes? Let's just keep this straight. He crafted that bottle on his own. With such skill, Di Yi is simply no match for him." Her eyes lit up. "Zhang Yuochen really does have the ability to control space power?" Blackie nodded. "Absolutely." "Yet his master is no Buddhist emperor or golden dragon, but Saint Mongzumi." The Orange Star Emissary did not care who Zhang Yuochen's master was. Her real concern was the hidden power within Zhang Yuochen. She planned to break the secret to Di Yi as soon as she managed to escape. Blackie put down the roasted meat. He stood on 2 paws. "I chose not to kill you because you possess an innate lunar body. It means that you are one of the 5 physical qualities I wanted to collect. Lucky you." The Orange Star Emissary gave a look of doubt. She thought the cat was very strange, but couldn't help asking, 5 physical qualities? Blackie did not answer. Instead it asked her a question. "Have you heard of the artifacts?" The Orange Star Emissary replied, "Of course I've heard of them." However, even in Kunlun's field, the 10,000 inscription sacred weapon, a top-tier weapon, is rather scarce. The 10 artifacts are just a legend. Even in the ancient times nobody ever actually saw them. Blackie was full of pride. "I have acquired an artifact and it is one of Kunlun's field's top 10 artifacts. It is called the Divine Dragon Chaotic Tower of the Sun and the Moon. However, the artifact needs 5 succeed physical qualities to be at its strongest. The 5 physical qualities are the genuine God body, the genuine dragon body, the innate extreme yang body, the innate extreme yin body and the 5 elements chaotic body. When the 5 physical qualities conglomerate as one, the artifact can trigger its full potential to deal with the upcoming catastrophe. You have succeeded in practicing the innate lunar body, which is an innate extreme yin body." Zhang Yuochen kicked Blackie in the buttocks. It fell forward and slammed into the fire. "Can you stop boasting?" Zhang Yuochen could not take it anymore. Blackie was really exaggerating too much this time. If Blackie really did have the Divine Dragon Chaotic Tower, he would not have been sealed in the yin-yang wooden graph by Saint Mongzumi. Moreover, Blackie had been sealed for over 100,000 years. How could it possibly know the current situation in Kunlun's field and dare to call it a catastrophe? If that was not boasting, what was it? It was intolerable. Blackie bragged too much and deserved the kick. Initially, the Orange Star Emissary had believed Blackie's story. It sounded like it could be true. But when she saw Zhang Yuochen kick the cat, she realized she had been tricked. Only a foolish person would believe the cat's tale.